All right, stuff I like. Who did that one?
Tim, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. We'll get it tomorrow.
All right.
Or Monday.
I gotta say, that was such a powerful interview that it's a little hard for me to transition, but I will. I finished watching Altered Carbon. I recommend it quite highly. A lot of nudity, a lot of language and all that, so be aware of that. It's funny, Jeremy Boring, the God King of the Daily Wire, said it's got a lot of what's the word? Exploitative nudity. What's the word they always use? Unnecessary nudity. But the unnecessary nudity is necessary. And that's exactly right, because it's about the body. Altered Carbon is really fascinating to me because it is in a genre that was created by Blade Runner. And the genre is this: a tough guy detective is transplanted from the 40s, essentially, not really, but in the story, is transplanted from the 40s into a world in which the nature of humanity is under question. And he starts to have to solve a mystery in a world where the real mystery is, what does it mean to be a human being? And that movie was made so long ago, and I've talked about how great I think the original movie is, the one that the director Ridley Scott doesn't like. That's the great one because it has the voiceover and it really works. But it didn't become a genre until now. Now it's suddenly become a genre as we move closer to what they call transhumanism and things like this. In some ways, my piece, Another Kingdom, the podcast starring Michael Knowles, is part of this idea, a mystery being solved in a world where it's not quite clear what the reality of humanity is. Altered Carbon is about a guy. It's about a world in which you get a sleeve, a new body, and they transport your connectome, I guess you'd call it, a little disc, from one body to another so you can stay alive for a long time. And they bring this guy back, essentially PI, this tough guy back to solve a mystery. Here's the trailer. We'll play a little bit of the trailer.
Your body is not who you are. You shed it like a snake sheds its skin. You transfer the human consciousness between bodies to live eternal life.
How long have I been down?
250 years.
You are the property of Bancroft Industries. You've been provided with this body, which came equipped with military-grade neurochem and combat muscle memory.
Mr. Kovacs.
I didn't ask you to bring me back into this world.
All I ask of you is that you solve a murder.
Whose?
Mine.
It's really good stuff. Joel Kinnaman, who I first saw in The Killing, playing the kind of shambling assistant to the lead detective. The minute I saw him, I thought, wow, this guy is sensational. Now they've turned him into an actual leading man, and he's a real star in this. And he really has a lot of charisma and a lot of screen presence. Got a lot of good action scenes, a lot of good twists. I recommend it. It was 10 episodes. Maybe it'll have a sequel. I guess if it makes money, it'll have a sequel. That's the way America works, right? If anything makes money, it gets a sequel. But Altered Carbon is really good stuff. Father's Day is coming. So is the Klavanless weekend. You're on your own for Father's Day. And all I can tell you is, too bad. It's funny. Before, when I came in, before the show started, I asked all the guys if they'd ever heard of Jimmy Durante, and they'd never heard of the man who was once called the Great Durante. In the era of Sinatra and those guys, he was one of the top stars. He had this enormous nose, and he was called the Schnozzola. That's what they called him. The Great Durante, the Schnozzola. And he had a voice like this, but the voice, which was kind of funny, was also a great jazz voice. So we will go out with Jimmy Durante. If you've never heard him, listen to him. He is terrific. He had a wonderful sense of humor, really good, a great performer, I'm Andrew Klavan. This is the Andrew Klavan Show. Klavanless weekend is upon us. Survivors, gather here on Monday.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through.
The Andrew Klavan Show is produced by Robert Sterling. Executive producer, Jeremy Boring. Senior producer, Jonathan Hay. Our supervising producer is Mathis Glover. And our technical producer is Austin Stevens. Edited by Emily Jai. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Alvera. The Andrew Klavan Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2018.